Crowbars up! Hello guys, it's Edwin, and today I'm finally revealing my review on Home Alone set. I know reviewing your own set might seem a little bit weird, but since it's been a teamwork, I thought it's alright. Plus, since most of you have already seen everything, I thought I'm going to concentrate more on insights and, some comparison with my original project, rather than just review, plus answer some of the most frequently asked questions. But before we start, let's just refresh the plot briefly. Long story short. As you guys know, this thing right here has become the biggest ideas set ever. And let's be honest, this is not something we expected from LEGO, right? Before our first meet with the design team, I wasn't sure either whether they're going to stick to my concept or not. For sure, at that time I could only wish the house is going to be fully enclosed, but deep inside I was ready it might be scaled down. And a funny thing is that this is not something that was planned. When under the management of Sam, the idea's design manager, it was decided to stick to the concept of the opening, fully enclosed house like mine, no one from idea's team knew it is going to have 4,000 pieces. This is something that became clear during the design process only. At some point, I think we could go even bigger, because the first prototype had a snow on a rooftop made with white wedge plates, which would definitely raise the piece count even higher. While the facade looks a lot like original submission, interior is way more colorful now, which I think is great and provides that festive spirit every time you open it up. Antitsa, one of the professional designers who worked on the set, usually designed Friends line at LEGO, and I think that gave the set such a fresh and fun look. One of the most obvious changes that happened to the house is the way it opens. A lot has been said, but I just can't stop admiring this idea the team has come up with. And I should say this thing is quite addictive. I wish modular buildings could open like that. Nonetheless, the roof and the second floor can still be removed to provide even more of visibility. Another huge challenge the team has faced with was the basement. My original submission didn't have it because realistically you can't implement it without lifting the whole structure up, but that would kill the aesthetics and the proportions of the building. A great solution came later. By adding some steps and lifting up the kitchen, the basement eventually appeared in the final product, and now we can enjoy some iconic scenes from that area too. It also features one of my favorite mini builds in the entire set. This furnace was made by Enrique, the professional designer who worked on this set, and hands down, it's awesome. Another great addition to original submission is of course the van. I couldn't include one because of the 3,000 pieces limit, but thanks God this was not a problem during the development. While the build is pretty simple, I think it fits the house proportions well and also features some brilliant graphics on the sides, super recognizable. By the way, if you think that pizza car is a missed opportunity in this set, I made a custom one with instructions, parts list and stickers available in the description. Speaking about the graphics, Kirsten Bay, the graphic designer who worked on this set, has made an outstanding work, especially with the minifigures. There are 5 of them in this set, which is appropriate to me, and let's take a quick look at Kevin first. He's wearing his dark red sweater, no prints on legs, which is fine with me, and of course the iconic screaming face. By the way, I like how I can use Kevin's face for pretty much everything that is going on with me these days. And I have to say, the only thing I'm really missing in the whole set is, guess what? Kevin's reindeer head. Unfortunately, we were not able to make another new mold, but if choosing between this and a brand new doggy door, the choice is obvious to me. And here comes Marv, hands down my personal favorite minifigure in the set. Honestly, I think this is one of the best, if not the best, implementation of a real actor in minifigure form. And that iron mark on his face, hilarious. Hats off Kirsten. Surprisingly, this is not something that Kirsten usually do at LEGO, because on daily basis she's assigned to Duplo line. If you think there are better actor minifigure transformations out there, leave your personal favorite in the comments. Harry turned out super recognizable. His face expression is such a spot on. He has only one face because of his short head, which is, by the way, an excellent fit of an existing element. Medium length of the legs is the right choice to me. Old Man Marley is overall a solid minifigure, pretty recognizable, and what is interesting about this one is that Disney has actually insisted this guy to have a unique torso print, not something that was planned in the beginning. Kevin's mother Kate is another good example of how to catch an iconic face emotion in Lego form. Those who have ever tried this know how tricky it is. I'm not an artist at all, but here is my take. I did it during the development process, and thanks God this was never used. And this thing right here is something I personally really appreciate. I know the build is not that big, but the thing is, this was the last thing to include in the set. We were out of pieces, honestly, and the decision was made in the last turn. But we have it, and we can play with the zipline. One of the most common questions people ask is, as a fan designer, am I satisfied with this thing? And the answer is simple, yeah. I mean, there's always something you can improve in the set, like prints instead of stickers, more new molds, but realistically for $250 we get a 4K pieces house with Disney licensing, packed with booby traps and Easter eggs. I think I'm sold. One thing that also you guys ask a lot about is how fan designers are involved in the design process, and I think there's no universal answer and it varies from case to case. I knew that I wanted to be involved as much as possible, so I got prepared and right from the start sent the whole paper with a list of ideas, thoughts and suggestions, even some small build prototypes. I still have it, and the craziest thing from that list was a suggestion of double walls for the house in order to make the inside walls different from outside. Yeah, with that idea I guess we could easily cross the 5K piece mark. After that we had several meetings where additional details were discussed. Design team was showing me what they have come up with, and you're always free to give your comments and feedback. If you want to, you can send or show your own builds or sketches for the product. In general, it was really fun process. Designers are easygoing, and I'm super happy to see that all ideas I had and much more was implemented in one or another way in the final product. And the last one for today. Is there anything you couldn't include in the set but would love to? As I said earlier, Kevin's reindeer head would be such a great little touch, but there's actually one more thing unfortunately I came up with too late when no changes could be made to the set. And as you know, there's a great actor, John Candy, who played a beloved role of Gus Polinski, and I thought how incredibly cool would be to give him credit in this set. We could maybe include a CD cover with his face and his band's name, Kenosha Kickers, and put it somewhere in the basement, for example. As you know, his band was relatively popular only in Sheboygan, so yeah, I think that would be pretty funny. That's pretty much it for today. If you guys watched this far, then we're probably fond of the same kind of things. So hit the support button as more videos are coming.